Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alumni Stadium on the campus of Bob Jones University for today's soccer game. Today's contest features the Greensboro College Pride and your Bob Jones University Bruins. At this time, we ask that you please stand for a word of prayer, followed by our national anthem. Dear God, we thank you for this opportunity for these athletes to demonstrate their skill and their knowledge of the game. We ask that this game be free of injuries, and that everything done both on and off the field be glorifying to you. In Jesus' name, amen. And now let's meet the starters for the visiting Pride. Number 1, Giovanni Yacone. Number 5, Juan Medina Beltran. Number 7, Connor Spesic. Number 8, Brady Mowers. Number 12, Jalen King. Number 13, Craig Thomas. Number 14, Luis Cazarin Plazola. Number 19, Axel Garcia Avila. Number 23, Braden Walker. Number 29, Isak Nagash. And number 33, Kenneth Hall. And now, the starting lineups for your Bob Jones University Bruins. Number 2, the senior from Nothin, Minnesota, Ryan Bolts. Number 4, the senior from Taylor, South Carolina, Jake Provenzano. Number 5, the senior from Pooler, Georgia, Matthias Baladi. The senior from Newark, Texas, number 6, Dallas Alberts. The senior from Puerto Ordaz, Venezuela, number 10, Mario Figueroa. The senior from Spartanburg, South Carolina, number 12, Anthony Ruiz. The sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, number 15, Will Hodgkin. The junior from Darien, Illinois, number 18, Bryce Remler. The sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina, number 20, David Issa. The sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, number 24, Reed Bergen. And the grad student from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, goalkeeper number 35, Cameron Braswell. Bruins are coached by Greg Fulton, assisted by Ryan McCarty and Micah Klein.
Well, to cap off a big day for Bruin Nation, I welcome you to Alumni Stadium as the Bruins face off against the Greensboro College Pride. My name is Trenton Goldsmith, and I am thrilled to be on the call again tonight. I am going to apologize ahead of time for any potential voice cracks, since I have called 2 women's games this weekend, both of which the Bruins won big. Bruins history against Greensboro College, they are 1-1. Most recent meeting coming in 2023, where they had a 3-1 win on the road where Rylan Bolt, Asher Rednick, and Micah Hennigan all score in that match. Greensboro is coming into this game 2-5-1 on the season with an 0-5 record on the road, whereas the Bruins are 2-2-1 with their only home game so far, a win against Erskine College. One big factor about tonight is Asher Rednick will not be playing due to serving a suspension for a double yellow card that he got against Converse. Neither one was egregious, just ended up being a red card, which is then a suspension. Greensboro's huddled up in prayer before this game. Bruins roster is set. The starters for the Bruins: number 2, Rylan Bolt; 4, Jake Provenzano; 5, Matthias Ballady; 6, Dallas Albert; 10, Mario Figueroa; 12, Anthony Ruiz; 15, Will Hotchkin; 18, Bryce Ramler; 20, David Issa; 24, Reed Bergen; and in the goalkeeping position, number 35, Cam Broswell. Broswell has been a solid goalkeeper for the Bruins the past 2 years now. One thing about this Bruins team is they've struggled to score a little bit, but we've seen the women's team open up big, scoring a lot of goals this weekend, 12 in total in the last 2 games. Can the Bruins men do the same tonight against Greensboro College? David Issa back to Matthias Ballady. Ballady is a senior biochemistry major from Pooler, Georgia. Dallas Albert now with the ball, out to Jake Provenzano. Rylan Bolt's up top and in place of a Rednick, already getting a chance, but that one's going to go out for a goal kick. Line up for Greensboro. At goalkeeper, number 1, Giovanni Jakin. Number 5, Juan Medina Beltran. 7, Connor Spesic. 8, Brady Mowers. 12, Jalen King. 13, Craig Thomas. 14, Luis Casarin Plazola. That one's going to go out for a Bruins throw. 19, Axel Garcia Avila. 23, Braden Walker. 29, Isaac Negesh. And 33, Kenneth Hall. It's been quite the day for Bruin Nation so far. Women's volleyball has gotten 2 wins on the day against Welch College and Warren Wilson, both of which in straight sets. That volleyball team is warming up and getting better by the day. And then before this game, starting at 2 p.m., the women's soccer team got another big win against Allen University with a final score of 5-1 with 5 different goal scorers in that game. Bruins so far this season have played Truett McConnell, Erskine College, Belmont Abbey, Maryville, and Converse. They are coming off of a 1-1 draw at Converse on Tuesday night. There were a total of 10 yellow cards in that game, but don't just read the box score. None of the yellow cards were really bad at all. They were all just stopping offensive attacks, and Rednick ended up getting 2 of them, so that is why he's sitting out tonight. Rednick scored the goal for the Bruins, assisted by Anthony Ruiz, who continues to have a killer senior season. That pass from Figueroa out to Provenzano gets through. Hotchkin to Ruiz. Ruiz, again, having a great season. That one's going to go up to Hotchkin. Flag stays down. No foul called as Kenneth Hall tries to get it away, but Ruiz fights back for it. Ruiz still there. Provenzano now gains it. No foul called again. It's going to be cleared by a Greensboro defender. Figueroa, one of the captains for this Bruins team. Consistent, great soccer player for this Bruins roster. Has been for 4 years now. Solo captains Dallas Albert and Cam Broswell, also consistent leaders. Very vocal for this Bruins team. And they're ready to get going as they're going to start facing an easier part of their schedule. Figueroa with the ball going forward. A little tackle behind. Nothing called. Figueroa asks a little bit. That one's going to be sent up in hopes of getting to the feet of Brady Mowers, but it's gathered by Cam Broswell and rolled out to Reed Bergen. That ball is a beautiful ball sent up to Bryce Ramler. Ramler now on the line, cutting in Cutting into the middle. Oh, wow. And that's grabbed by Giovanni Jakin, the freshman goalkeeper from France. No doubt, probably a big fan of League One over in France. Grew up in Lyon, or Lyon. My French is rusty. I took Spanish in college, not French. Ryland Bolt takes that away. Turns to find his best option. It's going to be dropped all the way back to Dallas Albert and to Broswell. It's pretty common to see Cam Broswell out of his box directing his team. Very vocal. I mean, if I stop talking, you'll probably hear Cam Broswell talking on the field through the stream. Dias Ballady carrying that up as much as he can. Finds Figueroa, bounces up, hits his face. Out to David Issa, who they call Tuso. Tuso cuts to his right. He goes into the box. Ruiz is there and can't get high enough on that jump. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. This one's going to be taken by the goalkeeper. Skies it. Past half. Albert takes his position and heads it up into the air. Reed Bergen. He has definitely stepped on scene for this Bruins team this year. Was coming off the bench last year a little bit. Got playtime here and there, but is a huge piece. Ramler on his right foot near the box. Hodgkin now gathers it. It's poked away. Reed Bergen now on the ball. Back to Ballady. Ramler really wanted a shot right there. You can tell in his actions. Tuso cuts to his right. With a shot, David Issa, far post, gets out of bounds. It's going to end up rolling out for a... Wow, that stayed all the way in for a throw-in. That was all the way down the line. Deep throw-in. They're going to have Ryland Bolt throw this, known for his far throw. So they're basically going to treat this like a corner kick. Load the box with the tall guys. Defenders coming up, Albert and Ballady. Watch this strength from Bolt. All the way into the box. Gets on the ground. Ramler! No. Still has it at his feet. Ramler turns and shoots. Oh, and it's blocked by the keeper. Put back in. And cleared out for another deep throw. Just another repeat of that last play. And Bolt's just going to do the same thing. Here's another one into the box. Albert couldn't get a head on it. Albert now with the ball at his feet. Tries to shoot through a lot of traffic, and that's cleared out. Figueroa with a heavy touch. Can't get it. And David Issa is just going to drop it back to Cam Broswell. Pressure from Mowers is nothing for Broswell. Gets it away. Ruiz now with it on the right wing. Provenzano overlapping him. Finds Provenzano. Oh, that's picked off by Juan Medina Beltran, the sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. It's a homeboy. Went to Greensboro College. Drops it back to Dallas Albert. Ballady looks up. Finds Figueroa in the middle. Figueroa with the fancy footwork. Pass the Bolts off target. Bruins get possession back. Issa on the sideline. Anthony Ruiz. Oh, fancy touch around his defender. Looking for an overlapping. Provenzano again out for a Bruins throw. Bolt shields off his defender but can't get a touch on it, and it's cleared. I do apologize if you just heard the shaking of the microphone. I was just made aware that Michigan somehow beat USC. I am from Detroit, big Michigan fan, and they got the win tonight. To add to all the Bruins wins, let's see if the men's soccer Bruins can do the same. That one's poked out for another corner. I say another corner like they've already had a couple. They've kind of had a couple with the throw-ins. This will be the first corner of the night taken by Mario Figueroa. Loaded in the box. Ballady, Ramler, Bolt, Hodgkin, Albert, and Bergen with Ruiz outside. It's a jungle in there. Who's going to get their head on it? And it's Greensboro. David Issa gets the ball back. Looking for Figueroa on the outside. Mario Figueroa keeps the ball at his feet. Finds Ballady on the outside, but he's offsides. This one's kicked short to Isaac Nagash. Now with Luis Cazarin, Plazola. Ramler, heavy pressure. Bergen joins the party. Gets it to Mario Figueroa. To Ryland Bolt to his left. Ryland Bolt keeps going left. Cuts back. Finds Hodgkin. Hodgkin trying to find space. Out to Ruiz. Ruiz dances. Oh, he nutmegs him. He hits it in the box. Ruiz, near post. Can't get it. That would have been beautiful. Score remains 0-0. 10 minutes down already in this first half. That went by quick. Bruins possess the game so far. Heavy pressure in the midfield from Ramler, Bergen, and Figueroa has been huge so far. That one is sent up in hopes to get to Jalen King. But Dallas Albert gets there first. Oh, bad kick by Broswell. Has to get back in position. Into the net. Wow. Brady Maurer scores first for Greensboro. Cam Broswell would love to have that one back. And I was just saying how the Bruins were controlling the game so far, but now if you look at the score, it does not say so. 1-0 Pride.
Pride goal by number 8, Brady Maurer.
It's Brady Maurer's second goal of the year. Bruins are going to huddle up for a little team meeting to see what they can do better. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind the Bruins are going to do their best to answer back, but that was kind of shocking. What seemed to be a routine drop from Albert to Broswell turned into an errant pass by Broswell, trying to get out to Provenzano. It was hit by Jalen King, collected by Mowers, and put away. Bruins find themselves in an early hole, down 1-0. No doubt head coach Greg Fulton is just thinking, play your game, Bruins, play your game. He has said regularly that if the Bruins just play their style of game and they control the game pace and possession, that they should have no problem winning every game they play. And I totally agree with him. Even the goal that Converse had the other night on Tuesday night was a self-inflicted wound, kind of brought to him by a turnover. Usually on passes like this in the back, I wouldn't be nervous, but hopefully Broswell can just calm down, find his rhythm again to make those passes. Issa up the sideline to Ramler, back to Issa. Issa might look for a big change right here. Just looking over this way, but drops to Ballady. Sent all the way up to Ramler, running across the field. He collects it. Ramler back to his left, tries to far post that shot, and he just can't get around it. Out for a goal kick. I will say, keep in mind, last season, when the Bruins beat Greensboro 3-1, the one goal that the Pride had was in the 3rd minute. So Pride scored first last year, and then the Bruins answered back with 3 goals, bang, bang, bang. 2 in the first half, 1 in the second half. So the Bruins have been here before against a team in green. See if they can repeat what they did last year. Bergen can't get ahead on that. And the Pride has numbers, but it gets cut off by Matthias Ballady. Ramler drops it back to Ballady again. Albert with the ball. Sends it all the way up, but that's going to be nowhere near a Bruins player. A little ambitious, and it's going to be collected by Jakin. Jakin's just going to take his time, waste some time. It's a classic Broswell move. Make him pick it up. That was Captain Craig Thomas. Up to Mowers. But it's going to be easy gather by Broswell. Broswell looking for his best options. Rolls it to Bergen in front of him. Out to Ruiz. Hodgkin running towards the middle. Ruiz finds Hodgkin. Bad touch by Hodgkin. That's going to go out of bounds. Ooh, for a Bruins throw. That was last off Hodgkin. Should be a Pride throw. But, yeah, and they get the call right. And the Pride will have a throw-in. That's going to be Kenneth Hall taking the throw-in, the sophomore from Gainesville, Virginia. Mowers is quick up there. Wow. Good step by David Issa. Takes that ball away, drops to Ballady. Figueroa doing his thing. Issa to Albert. Albert out to Provenzano. To Hodgkin, overlapping Ruiz. Hodgkin in the middle to Bergen. Something's cooking for the Bruins here. They're shifting forward. Ballady finds Issa running the line. David Issa at the top of your screen. Going against Walker. Issa gets around him. Puts it in the box. That's deflected by the keeper and cleared out. Another good offensive play. Oh, Ballady can't get a good touch in that. And that's going to end up being collected by Jakin. Takeaway by Hodgkin to Bolt. Bolt to Ramler. And Bergen's going to reset. Ballady is now going to have the ball in the back. Bergen turns forward. Provenzano now on the ball. Provenzano back to his left. Hodgkin. Ruiz. Hodgkin again. Tries to dribble through. And that ball goes away. Taken away by Walker. Now at the feet of Mowers. That's King overlapping, but Mowers turns inside. But now King gets his chance, and that's too far out in front of him. And it's going to be a deep throw for the Bruins. Provenzano's going to take this one. Finds Figueroa to Bergen to Issa. Issa has some space in front. Ramler's in front of him. Hodgkin moving toward him. Issa looking for Bolt on a run, and it's just too far out in front. David Issa gets some encouragement from his coaches on the sideline. Head coach Greg Fulton, assistant coaches Micah Klein, Ryan McCarty, and the team manager, the 3-year team manager, Carson Vanderskel. He does a lot of behind-the-scenes work that doesn't get appreciated as much as it should. Also a very good guy to get to know. Micah and Ryan, both former players for the Bruins, had a lot of success here as players. And now here is coaches assisting Greg Fulton, who is simply a soccer genius. That ball is cleared all the way up by King. Albert has Mowers coming behind him. Mowers finds Broswell, or excuse me, Albert finds Broswell, who then goes out to Ballady. Matthias Ballady's sister, Celeste Ballady, is one of the goal scorers today in the women's game. Had a beautiful goal. That was her second goal of the season. Will Hodgkin. Ball in the midfield. Soft pass to Albert was off target. And that forces Albert just to kick it away. And that's going to make Fulton call to his bench. Looks like Rye Solomon and Pierre Jean-Philippe. Both shifty players that have some speed. Arms are tangled. That's going to be a free kick for the Bruins. Taken quickly by Bergen to Ballady. Bergen finds Issa. All the way back to Albert. Albert looks for the Provenzano, who's up in the wing spot. Finds Bolt on a cut. Drops all the way back to Albert. Another bad pass by Albert. And Broswell's out. Mowers luckily didn't look up. Mowers could have put something on goal. A lot of soft touches from this Bruins team. Need to work on that. 20 minutes down here in the first half. And Bolt's going to be called offsides. But they're just going to continue play anyway, since Greensboro keeper got it. Very uncharacteristic passes, especially in the back of this Bruins team. Usually the communication and passes between Ballady, Albert, and Broswell are so spot on, almost flawless. And that's where it's gone wrong for the Bruins so far today. Figueroa trying to win that ball back. Hodgkin does. It's a great touch around his defender. Looks back to Hodgkin. Into the middle. Anthony Ruiz there to Figueroa, and that gets tipped away. That was Plazola. Just gave the ball away to Ruiz. Provenzano looking to go back post with it. It goes over the net for a goal kick, and that's when number 11 freshman Pierre Jean-Philippe's going to come in along with number 19 Rye Solomon. They're going to take off Ryland Bolt and Will Hodgkin. So that's going to move Bryce Ramler to the top. Pierre Jean-Philippe, the speedy freshman, is going to play at the left wing. And Rise is going to join the middle with Reed Bergen. Ball gets stuck in the air a little bit. Figueroa wins that ball. Ramler trying to get it. Solomon's first touch. And now Jean-Philippe's first touch. Finds Ramler in the middle. Back to Ballady, over to Albert. Bergen tries to split his defenders to find Issa, but can't. It's taken away. That's up to King, and King gets the ball away from Albert. Jalen King tries to shoot way far out, almost sneaks that near post. What a save by Cam Broswell. Oh, that was almost a goal, making it 2-0. Broswell had to reach out completely to get that from going into the net. Bergen finds Provenzano. And And that pass is picked off again. And now Provenzano really has to work to get back to cover Kenneth Hall. Hall up to Mowers, but now King has it. Back to Hall. And Figueroa gets in there and just takes it away. He's enough of this. Great touch by Figueroa around. Touches towards the middle. Pierre-Jean-Philippe making a run in, but Figueroa goes back outside. Cuts back in, finds Ramler. Figueroa to Ruiz. Ruiz is onside, waiting for his best option. Tries to get around. And man, King is there again. Excuse me, that's not King. That's Nagash. Rice Solomon on the ball. Finds Figueroa. Figueroa easy to David Issa on the left sideline. To Solomon in the middle again. That's going to go out for a Bruins corner kick. Much needed stoppage of play a little bit. A little break before this corner kick for the Bruins to get their heads right. Will David Issa try to make it quick back in? He finds Ruiz. Ruiz looks and turns. And it looks like the Bruins are going to reset. Oh, Dallas Albert's still up there. Big switch by David Issa. Great ball to Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Cuts to his inside. And now is when the Bruins reset their offense. Albert coming back to the back line. Bergen with the ball now. Matthias Balloty's proven to be a big piece to the Bruins offense, to be honest. That ball's played in by Provenzano. Ramler! Got a good head on it, just not on target. Balloty has 2 goals on the season, both from headers. The Pride going 2 against 6 right now. Does not work out in their favor. Bruins take it away. Ramler turns. Ramler's getting his jersey tugged. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be a yellow card. Stoppage of play. Time's going to stop. And it will be a yellow card against number 29, Yishik Isaac Nagash. Figueroa's going to set this one up. It was a play like this on the other side earlier this season where Figueroa connected with Matthias Balloty to score a goal. So you have Balloty, Albert, Ramler, Ruiz on one side. Provenzano joins them. Figueroa into the middle. Not quite strong enough. Headed up into the air. And the clear was attempted by Medina Beltran. But it didn't go that far out, so Bergen regathers it. Dribbles into space. Can't get past. Jalen King now with the ball. Bergen's down. Bergen's down. He's in a lot of pain. It's going to be a throw-in for Greensboro. And Bergen does get up under his own power and limps it off. Hopefully that doesn't affect Reed too much. So like I said earlier, he's a massive piece to this Bruins team. Throw-in's going to be taken by Kenneth Hall. And that cannot be saved by Jalen King. Throws into Figueroa. Flicked on to Rice Solomon. Up to Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Jean-Philippe has some speed, so does Solomon. Solomon making a run, trying to beat out his defender. Big touch around, and that's too far out. Another goal kick taken, coming up by Giovanni Jakin. That one sent all the way up to Mowers. Mowers did leave way too early. He's going to be offsides. The Bruins defense knew right away. That is one thing the Bruins are very good at, is drawing people offsides. Very, very good at it. And they almost all know right away every single time. They drew Converse offsides numerous times. It was driving Converse's offense crazy because Converse is used to scoring some goals. Let's be honest here. They compete at a very high level. They're a very good soccer team. Number 9 in the South region of the NCCAA D2, or not NCCAA, excuse me, NCAA D2. They're number 9. They're used to winning some games. And they grew frustrated at this Bruins defense that they could not score a goal. And it took a Bruins mistake for them to score a goal. Converse's goal really wasn't all that much. And after that game, honestly, the Bruins team was very positive. Very good with a 1-1 draw. They fought hard, played a great game. If you were to look over on that Converse side, though, Converse was upset. That one's played in the box. Ruiz tries to flick on. Honestly, not a bad attempt for what he was given. It's going to be our goal kick. It was last year that the Bruins used the win against Converse to their advantage the rest of the season. That really helped them out the rest of the way. And I think that draw against Converse is going to do the same exact thing. They played a gauntlet of a schedule in their first 5 games, playing 3 NCAA D2 opponents. And they've only played 1 home game. The rest have been away. And that one's going to go out for a corner for Greensboro. Pretty sure every Bruins player thought for sure that was going to be a goal kick. Jalen King's going to take this one. Greensboro's going to pressure the box. Crash tactic. Bruins back line holding their ground at the top of the 6. Ruiz is going to come in and help. That goes in. Far post. That's deep. And that gets over everyone. Put back in high in the air. And Ramler finds it with his head. Bergen now up to Ruiz. Bruins trying to counterattack. Don't quite have the numbers yet. Ruiz does try to send it up to Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Pierre-Jean-Philippe is through. Pierre-Jean-Philippe with the keeper out. Tries to get it. It doesn't get solid contact, but that's going to stay in. Jean-Philippe's going to put that one right into the box, but no one is home. It's going to be out for a Bruins throw. Anthony Ruiz is kind of shrugging his shoulders like, hey, I was right here for a drop. We're going to pause quickly for a substitution. Anthony Ruiz is going off for the Bruins. And number 7, grad student Eli Solomon going in. Eli Solomon starting to find his stride again. Was an all-region player 2 years ago. Took a couple of years off and now is back for this Bruins roster for his last year eligibility. Took him a little bit to find the rhythm of the game again, but he's getting pretty comfortable. And he has the potential to score some far-out shots with his left foot. That one's going to go out for a Bruins throw. Provenzano. That throw to Ramler is not on target. Ramler is arguing for a handball. Nothing is called. Cleared out. Bowdy now with the ball at his feet. Just under 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Score is still 1-0. Besides that goal, this Bruins team is controlling this game. There's been a couple of counterattacks and bad passes like that create the opportunities. And now Bergen gets the ball back, gets it to Jean-Philippe, but it's been passes like that, turnovers, to basically give Greensboro all their sources of offense. That's been about it. Besides that, the Bruins control possession, control shots, control corner kicks, everything. Ramler now with it. Jean-Philippe making a cut in, trying to save it before it goes out of bounds. Does get there in time, back post, but not to Solomon. Cleared out again. Boom ball tactic for the Greensboro Pride. That's not going to do much against this Bruins defense. Figueroa to Jean-Philippe. It's shoved off the ball a little bit. Stick keeps possession. Figueroa with the dribbling skills. Figueroa through a few defenders. Trip from behind and nothing called again. Fulton and McCarty on the sideline are besides themselves, along with Figueroa, who is finally now getting up. That seemed like a pretty obvious foul to me. The ref in the middle of the field does not have the same idea. That's a push from behind also. Wow, they're letting a lot get away. Maybe the Bruins are going to see this and maybe be more aggressive themselves. I mean, I would try it. Bergen trying to find Provenzano. Provenzano, good original touch, and that's cleared all the way out. And that's going to be a corner kick. They're going to stop play real quick. Jalen King is down. Not entirely sure why yet. And King asks for a sub. And the injury sub is going to come on. I'm not sure if the other sub is going to... Yeah, I can't. It's a corner kick. But King is going to go out. Number 34, Justin Murillo Escoto is going to come in. Solomon's over this corner kick. Bruins crowding the 6-yard box, crowding the keeper. This one might get a little crazy. Referee making sure everything is okay. Might be a little pushing and shoving going on. Solomon. Into the crowded box he goes. Low one. Let's try. Bergen tries to flick that one on. And it's cleared. Probably a little bit too low. He's had corner kicks like that in the past where they're just at head level. Sent all the way into the box by Issa. And that one's kicked up by Isaac Nagash. First touch on the day by Murillo Escoto. Bad one. Peter Jean-Philippe gathers, drops it back to Matthias Ballady. David Issa now in the middle of the field. Works his way back to that left side. Provenzano with all the space and time in the world. Finds Bergen. I think just, oh, that's a bad touch by David Issa, and it's going to be a sub. And now number 5, Juan Medina Beltran will go out. And can't tell who's going in yet. Wish he would just turn around and face his back toward me up here. There we go. Looks to be number 18. Oh. Folks at home, it's a hard name. Bear with me here. Jean-Louis Ndanu Gallo. He's a freshman from Zurich, Switzerland. Wow. I should have practiced that one before the game. They do have a pronunciation guide, so I might work more on that at halftime. Bruins have possession. Ballady with the ball in the back, moving forward. This is on the left side. That one slipped through to Ramler. Ramler's called offsides, and to the dismay of a lot of fans here, you guys probably heard that at home. Maybe Ramler budged a little too early. Not entirely sure. Couldn't tell from here. I couldn't see it that right. But some fans with a better view did not seem to like the call. Jakin's going to come up to take this one. Just over 10 to go here in the first half. Bruins still down 1-0. And they for sure would want one before half, going in tied. Mowers on the ball. Back to Hall. Hall with the ball at his feet now. Tipped away by Eli Solomon. Taken by Mario Figueroa. Touch was too big. And Dano Gallo takes that away. Mowers cutting in on his right. Mowers from far out. Hits the back of Albert. Nagash. Out to Walker. Walker into the box to Mowers. Mowers can't get a touch, but he's offsides anyway. Ballady going up the field. Jean-Philippe out to Issa. Bruins are on the run. Need more numbers up here. Issa cuts back all the way across the box. Solomon, great touch originally. That's going to be a push in the box. Nothing is called. Oh, wow. Solomon got body slammed. This is not the WWE. This is men's soccer. That got the coaches off their feet again. And Greensboro has the ball in the offensive third now, and that's taken away by Ballady. Wow. Like, that wasn't even quite shoulder to shoulder. I mean, I guess sometimes on a hit like that, you can argue a shoulder to shoulder, normal contact play. It's just a soccer play. But the ball is off of Solomon's feet, but still in possession. And he just got some fist to his sternum, it seemed. I don't know. Bruins move on. They still need a goal. That's a good cut in overlap by Provenzano into the box now. It's going to be another corner for the Bruins. Subs will come on since they are lined up for both teams. Number 13, Craig Thomas going off for the Greensboro Pride. And number 23, Braden Walker going off for the Pride. Micah Hennigan came on. And Mario Figueroa came off for the Bruins. Solomon going to take this corner again. Bergen down there near Jake and the keeper, but the rest are at the top of the box waiting to crash in. Solomon with his left foot's going to swing this in. I don't know what the holdup is. Has something to do with the sub that's lined up to go in for Greensboro. That's not. Solomon raises his hands. Puts this one into the box. Punched out by Jakin, right up into the air. Punched out again. Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Back post. Ballady's there. Ballady! Off the post. That one's in. No, it's not. Was that in or not? The line judge says no. The Bruins are saying yes. And it's out for another corner. From here, it looked like Reed Bergen got that ball in the net, or at least past the line, but line judge was right on that line, staring right down the seam. It's going to be another corner. They're going to crowd the keeper on this one. Swung high at the top of the box, not on target at all. Solomon's going to tip this one up to Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Bergen keeps possession. Bergen finds Albert into the net. Dallas Albert. Way to stick with the play. Dallas Albert scores his first goal of the season. The defender provides some offense, and the Bruins tie it 1-1 with 5 to go in the first half.
Bruins goal by number 6, Dallas Albert.
That is heads-up soccer played by Dallas Albert. That ball is tipped up in the air. He could have focused back on getting back in position because there's a potential counterattack coming from the Pride. But Albert sees that ball in the air. Bergen gets a little foot on it, it seems, but then Albert puts it away past Jakin. Bruins needed that, especially going into halftime. It's 1-1. Level playing field. Greensboro needs a meeting because, honestly, since the goal and even before the goal, the Bruins have controlled the game. And now I think the Bruins' offense is sparked, and I expect some more goals out of this team. Bryce Ramler's going to go out. And look who's coming on, number 25, Victor Mwenapale, the junior from Kinshasa, DR of Congo. Mwenapale has some sneaky speed up top. So these Greensboro defenders better watch out. Mwenapale's been hurt for most of the start of the season. He's gotten limited minutes. That one switched all the way to Issa. Issa on the run. Issa gathers that in the corner. Into the box. Tries to get around his defender, but that's out for another corner kick. I mean, what else does this Greensboro defense have to do besides kick it out of bounds and clear it as much as they possibly can? And the Bruins have been taking notes. They're going to crowd the box as much as they possibly can. Again, Albert Ballady, Jean-Philippe, Hennigan, Solomon, and Winnapale in the box, running around in circles, trying to confuse the defense. David Issa's out there to kick it. Issa swings it in. Great spot, but can't get a head on it. That's going to end up trickling out for a goal kick. Hall finds it in Danu Gallo. But that pass is picked off by Provenzano, but that pass is picked off right back by Ndanu Gallo. That was a nice little kick to Cam Broswell. Broswell takes it quick. Hennigan with the ball up to Issa again. Issa, lots of space in front of him. He's going to take that one. Cut inside. Finds Solomon. Good touch for Solomon. Finds Provenzano coming up to help. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Bruins threatening for another goal. It'd almost be a dream scenario. Solomon from far out. Solomon with his left. What did I tell you earlier? That was a lot closer than it looked. He has the ability to put a ball on net quickly. That one was 35 yards out. Just about a few feet to the right. And it didn't look like Jakin really made much of a play on that. He probably knew it was going out. Good positioning from Jakin, but still. Solomon has that ability. The ball's going to go out for a Bruins throw. Dallas Albert screaming his head off for that throw. Wow. Man's got some pipes. Ballady now with the ball going up. Finds Jean-Philippe back to Bergen. Bergen back to Albert. Ballady finds Issa. Issa cuts into his right. Was looking for a cutting Winnapale, but it's picked off. Kept in bounds. So I thought. It's going to be a Bruins throw. Just over 2 minutes to go. Bruins trying to cook something up here to maybe score another goal. Bergen. Ballady, Albert. Ballady looking for a cutting. Well, that's Albert looking for a cutting Winnapale. Too far out in front. It's going to be a goal kick for Jakin. Minute and a half. That one's cleared all the way up by Craig Thomas. Ballady splits his defenders to Issa. David Issa's been getting put to work this half. Looking for Pierre Jean-Philippe. It's a foot race. Jean-Philippe wins it originally. Thomas is there, collects it, clears it out. Ballady to Bergen. 1 minute to go here in the half.
1 minute remaining.
And Pierre Jean-Philippe was offsides. And it doesn't look like the Pride is in that much of a hurry. I think they might be content going into the half 1-1 as they have barely seen the ball. Well, they've seen the ball coming at them. They haven't really seen the ball at their feet all that much. So, yeah, they're going to be content. The Bruins still looking for more, especially in the second half. Again, their problem all season long is just they have all the pieces, they have all the chances, just can't find the back of the net, can't find quality shots. Cleared up the field. Winnapale, good pressure. That one gets away from Provenzano. And Danu Gallo is into the box. There's 10 seconds left in the half. Bruins have to get it away. That one's going to go out for a corner kick, but it's not going to be enough time. And there's 45 minutes down, 45 to go. It's going to be a fun second half. I encourage you to come back in just 15 minutes as the Bruins are looking for another win.
At the end of the first half, Bruins 1, Pride 1. It'll be 15 minutes of halftime. Fans, Chick-fil-A of Taylor's is a proud partner of your BJU Bruins. On the way home tonight, you can pick up a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A of Taylor's, located just a few miles down the road from BJU on Wade Hampton. Check them out today. Conveniently located off of I-385 and just 5 miles from downtown, the Courtyard Greenville Haywood Mall Hotel wants to give you 10% off the best available daily rate. Their on-site bistro serves Starbucks, breakfast, and dinner with a seasonal outdoor pool with fire pit and grill available. Learn more at Marriott.com. That's Marriott.com. FCI Agency is an insurance broker that provides auto, home, life, and business insurance. You have enough choices to make, so make one that always gets you the best rate. Check them out online at fcisc.com. That's fcisc.com. Fans, if you would like to find out more about any of our Bruins teams or coaches, then head to bjubruins.com. There you can find game recaps and updates, as well as previews for upcoming games. If you can't make it to a game in person, well then you can catch the live stream at bjubruins.com. That's bjubruins.com.
Go, Bruins!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of tonight's game. Score currently stands at Bruins 1, Pride 1.
Welcome back to the second half. This is going to be a crazy 45 minutes, so buckle up and get ready and maybe move to the edge of your couch, not the back of it. It's going to be a crazy second half. Bruins and the Pride knotted at 1. Bruins have controlled the game, but Pride found the first goal due to the mistake by the Bruins. Looks to be the starting lineup out there for the Bruins. To start the second half, David Issa, Matthias Bowdy, Dallas Albert, Cam Broswell, Jake Provenzano, Reed Bergen, Bryce Ramler, Mario Figueroa, Will Hotchkin, Anthony Ruiz, and Rylan Bolt. Again, reminder, Asher Arendick is serving a 1-game suspension tonight and is not on the field. He is a big key to this Bruins offense and has been since he got here last year. So without him, it is a little tough. But Bruins are moving forward. They've had solid possession, solid offensive chances. Just got to find the back of the net. Albert sending that one in hopes to find Provenzano. Provenzano zooming up there and wins the ball down there. Provenzano now with it. Back to Ruiz. Ruiz on his left, and that's going to be an easy save by Jakin. Jakin's going to take his time, letting his team shift up the field. Albert heads that one up into the air. That one's going to trickle out for a Bruins throw. David Issa is going to go get that one. Glad it didn't go under that sound booth over there. Issa throws it into Bowdy. Over to Broswell. Broswell's mistake led to that goal. Tried to clear it out. Went right into the chest of Jalen King. And then Brady Mowers put it away for the Greensboro goal. King has it. Sending it up to Gita Macaria. It's his first time Gita's getting into the game. Looks to be pretty speedy up there. Bruins defense needs to be on their toes, but they always are, so I'm not worried about that. Just worried about the touches. And it's a pass like that again. Dallas Albert in there pass. Jalen King shoots from really far out, gets deflected. It's going to be a gather by Broswell. It passes exactly like that to absolutely nobody that lead to all the offensive chances for the Pride. I don't think the Pride have had a defense to offensive attack all game so far. It's all just been on turnovers on the Bruins' part. Bowdy the Ramler. Bergen now in the middle to Figueroa. Figueroa up to Ruiz. Ruiz flicks on. Provenzano overlapping. Provenzano into the box. Ramler gets stopped by the defender, and that gets cleared out. That was an apparent handball by Hotchkin, but nothing's called. This referee's letting a lot slide. A lot slide. We saw a couple what should have been fouls against Greensboro for the Bruins, especially one in the box. Eli Solomon gets body slammed and nothing's called. They don't get a PK. And even you see on there, that was a handball on Hotchkin. And the ref was looking, staring straight at it. And nothing was called. Ballady drops it back to Broswell. It's a fitting ending to today as a whole for Bruin Nation, that this is going to be an exciting next 40 minutes or so. Bruins have gotten 3 wins so far, 2 for the volleyball team and 1 for the women's soccer team. Both pretty handled wins. Another turnover on the Bruins. And Macaria had to go 1 against 3. Didn't work out in his favor. Bruins look to counterattack now. Ruiz with the ball at his feet. Up to Will Hotchkin. Hotchkin in on the ball. Bolt and Ramler in the middle. Ramler! There it is! And the Bruins lead.
Bruins goal by number 18, Bryce Rendler.
That's Bryce Ramler's first goal of the season. So tonight, the 2 goal scorers for the Bruins find their first goal of the season. Dallas Albert scored in the first half, and that was Ramler. Ramler's been a key piece of this offense, even though he hasn't had a goal, and he finally finds one. And the Bruins lead 2-1 with 40 minutes to go. That did not take long in the second half. I knew that the Bruins were going to come out hungry to get a lead back, and they have it. If the Bruins can just contain their defensive mistakes for the rest of the game, it should be an easy win. That one's missed touch. Heavy pressure by Bolt. Bolt tries to stop himself, runs right into Jakin. And Jakin's down. I don't think Bolt really ran into him that hard. But Jakin's acting like he's in a lot of pain. Grabbing his ankle. And he's up now. And seems to be okay. Kicked up the field. Flicked on by Connor Spesic. And now Macchiaro with the ball at his feet. Back to Macchiaro. Macchiaro has some space. Shoots with his right foot, but that's going to go way far left. It's almost like he hesitated midway through his form from shot to cross because Jalen King was running up the middle along with Danu Gallo. Figueroa can't split his defenders. And they called advantage on that play against Figueroa. It's the first foul I think I've seen all game. At least one of the first. Figueroa's going to stand over this one. They're going to send Bowdy and Albert up in hopes to crowd the goal a little bit. Figueroa into the box. Ruiz is there! And it's little off target. But it looks like they're going to call a foul against Ryland Bolt for running into the keeper. That was a great ball by Mario Figueroa. Ruiz was all over it. But the keeper was hit. Bruins team has only gotten over 2 goals one time this season, and that was against in their win against Maryville. They won 4-2. Besides that, they've been shut out against Truett McConnell and Belmont Abbey. Had a 2-0 win against Erskine here. And obviously drew Converse 1-1. So the Bruins look to break the 2-goal wall, as did the women's team yesterday. Figueroa now with the ball in the middle, makes his defender fall. Figueroa cuts back, and that is going to be taken away. Figueroa's ankle was clipped. Good step by David Issa to get that ball back. Finds Ramler. Ramler to Ruiz, or to Figueroa. That's Figueroa near the box. Top of the box. Figueroa finds Ruiz. Ruiz! Blocked by Jakin. It's going to be a corner kick. Clock's going to stop as they check on Bryce Ramler, who got tackled. Ramler's up. Looking all right. Reed Bergen's going to crowd the keeper. Hotchkin, Ruiz, Albert, Bowdy, Ramler, and Bolt in the box. Figueroa standing over this one. They're going to crash. Figueroa into the box. And that's going to own goal. That's an own goal. I couldn't tell whose head it was off, but that goes in the net. Bruins lead 3-1.
Bruins goal.
That was off the head of a Greensboro player. And an unlucky break for the Greensboro Pride. But the Bruins will take it. And look at that. Just as I said it, they break the 2-goal wall. And they're up 3-1 with just under 37 minutes to go. Pride must reconvene for any hopes of staying in this one. Avery Blake in the gosh going off with Spesic. Couldn't tell who came on. That one sent all the way up by Thomas. Jalen King up there going against Issa. And he does not win that battle. David Issa shields him off, out for a Bruins throw. Bruins' confidence is soaring right now. They're continuing to control this whole entire match. And now they control the scoreboard. Bowdy up to Figueroa. Figueroa's up to something. Oh, looked for a switch, but couldn't get the ball off his foot. Figueroa wants a teammate. Help him out. Goes over to Will Hodgkin. Hodgkin slips it in. Almost gets past the defender to the feet of Provenzano. Good step by Bergen. And now Bergen has the ball to Provenzano's feet now. Hodgkin's up there to help. Into Ruiz. Bad touch by Ruiz, and that's going to end up being gathered by Jakin. Ball's played to senior captain Craig Thomas. Thomas all the way up the field. And that's out of the box, so Broswell can't pick it up. Instead, just easy pass out to Provenzano. Provenzano takes a touch inside and finds Ruiz on that right wing. Ruiz cuts in. Nothing was called in any of that. The ref stands still. That's crazy. I think Ruiz fouled first, and then Ruiz was fouled again second. Nothing was called. Ref lets it go. Up in the air, Bergen at the top of the box. Controls and out to Ramler. Wow. This is crazy. Up to Provenzano. Jakin can't pick it up. Clears it up with his feet. Finds Nagash. To Thomas. Out. To Braden Walker. Looking for Mowers. Mowers scored the goal for the Pride in the first half. But Bowdy stands strong, but that's going to end up being out for a Pride throw. I wonder if the Pride are going to try a similar tactic that the Bruins did in the first half and treat this throw-in basically as a corner with the long throw-in. We'll see if Walker has the stuff that Bolt does. And he's going to throw it short to King. Crossed in. Flicked on by Hodgkin. Excuse me. To the feet of Ruiz. Ruiz back out to Hodgkin. And Hodgkin did not give Ruiz enough time to get to that ball. Ruiz continued pressure. Forces Jakin just to kick that one away. Good footwork by Medina Beltran, but taken away by someone with better footwork, Mario Figueroa. Ramler, great step to win that ball. Ballady drops back to Broswell. Figueroa. Bergen. Ruiz keeps that one in. Hodgkin gets set to Bergen, back to Hodgkin. Hodgkin can't sidestep. Another great step back by Bolt to get the ball away from Medina Beltran. David Issa, busy first half he had. Seems to be a little bit more reserved this second half. Hasn't made as many runs. Dallas Albert. Raylan Bolt. That clears, hit the back of the head of Hodgkin. And Valadi's pass is off target. Broswell acts like he had to get that sooner than later, but decides to just run back with it, pick it up, and rolls out to Bergen. Broswell and women's keeper Margaret Cummings have a similar play style to where they barely punt the ball. Everything's a roll or a throw. They're both very good at it, both very accurate with it. And I think it works out better for the Bruins' possession and transition to offense. Lets the Bruins get set instead of just trying to punt the ball to the middle of the field or to the sideline. It's worked out just fine. Haven't really seen it tonight either, but Broswell usually catches nearly everything that comes his way. He is a wide receiver at heart, I think. There are a few kicks up in the box against Erskine when they were here at Alumni Stadium that he went over people to catch them. And if you're familiar with the term mossed, named after Randy Moss, he mossed a few people. Overlapping Figueroa, Issa cuts in. Ramler now with the ball into the box. Let's let one go through. Ramler! And tipped over the bar by Jakin. Great save by Jakin. It's going to be a corner kick for the Bruins. Ramler was looking for his second goal of the night and of the season. Just got a little bit too under that one. I think if he was more controlled, either going far post or near post on the ground, would have found a goal. Nonetheless, gets a corner kick for the Bruins with 30 minutes to go. They have a chance here to make it 4-1. Crowded box again. Into the box. Baldy there. Gets a head on it, but not on target. Figueroa now with the ball. Trying to figure out what to do with it. At his feet. Fancy footwork by Figueroa. You expect nothing less. Sends it back out to Hodgkin. Hodgkin with a big touch around. Into the box. Ramler gets it far post. Is out with it. Sends it back in the box again. And that's going to be too far post again. And yeah, Hodgkin was offsides. And he knows it. Few chances there for the Bruins offense to make this 4-1. Come up empty. Ooh. Risky pass by Jakin. Barely gets past Ryland Bolt, and that one's going to go out for a Bruins throw. Looked a lot like Broswell's pass. Ryland Bolt all by himself in the box. Quick throw by Ramler. And Bolt hopelessly just tried to put that one in the middle. Couple subs coming on for the Pride. Bolt with the ball. Now to Ruiz. Ruiz heavy touch. Gets away from him. David Issa gets that one back to Ramler. Ramler on his right. Another big touch. Finds Hodgkin. Hodgkin out to Ruiz. Ruiz to Hodgkin. Into Provenzano. To Ramler. Good give and go to Provenzano. Provenzano on his left foot. Gets it all the way through. Gets out to Issa. Bruins are playing with it. Cooking something up. Issa into the box. Far post. And that's going to be grabbed by Jakin. Goes up for that one. Heavy pressure by Hodgkin, gets that ball away. And Ruiz can't get to it in time. Taken by Kenneth Hall. King to Phoenix Green. Back to King. Touched away by Bergen. Hodgkin with the ball in the middle. Hopes for Brady Mowers. Gets cut off by Dallas Albert. To Ballady to Issa. Issa has all the time in the world. And now Figueroa with a lot of time. Figueroa sends it all the way up to Anthony Ruiz. This is how the goal against Converse was cooked up. Ruiz run to the corner. And that ball just gets away. Not a good touch. It's a battle down there. And cleared away by Kazarin Plazola. Provenzano to Bergen. Bergen switches it back to Issa. Issa with his left into the box, and that's going to be punched away by Jakin. Out of the... Oh, my word. That was Figueroa on the shot. Jakin was out of the box, but Figueroa put that right in between the legs of Jakin, and he was able to gather it. Brady Mowers, heavy pressure, forces Provenzano, kick that one straight in the air. Mowers tries to flick on. Now at the feet of Green. Bruins defense goes to work. Bergen up to Figueroa. Bruins are on the run. Hodgkin making a run up the middle. Clears space for Ruiz on the side. Ruiz now with the ball at his feet. Into Hodgkin. Hodgkin on his right. Tries to cut back, but can't get around defense. Phoenix Green with the ball at his feet. Tries to find Brady Mowers, but good step by Matthias Ballady. Ruiz. Bergen. Provenzano. Ballady with space in front. He's going to take it. Issa running up beside of him. Now Issa with the ball. Figueroa. Figueroa's going to work. Figueroa tries to cut inside. Figueroa gets past. And that's going to be out for a corner kick. 3 subs coming on for the Bruins. Victor Muenapale, Pierre Jean-Philippe. And it looks to be Eli Solomon with Bryce Ramler, Anthony Ruiz, and Ryland Bolt coming off. Figueroa taking this corner like he does most of them. High into the box, far post, and Albert can't get to it. Sub coming on for the Pride. Number 12, Jalen King is coming off. And number 17, Xavier Mendoza is coming on. Craig Thomas, boom ball all the way up. And that one might work out. Oh, Provenzano trips him. And nothing's called again. Wow. I mean, I don't know. Taken away by the Pride. From far out. Easy gather for Broswell. It almost looked like Provenzano clipped his ankle on purpose because at first he was beat. But nothing called. Jean-Philippe to Figueroa. Figueroa doing his thing. Up to Jean-Philippe. Too far out in front. And Jean-Philippe can't beat. And I was just told, I'm very sorry to all the Greensboro fans. I was just told that Jakin is Yacon. That is my fault. I do apologize. I should have thought he's from France. Duh. Yacon. So for the rest of the game, for the last 22, nearly 23 minutes, it'll be Giovanni Yacone. Again, sincerely apologize to all the Greensboro fans watching this game. Hotchkin, the ball in the middle. Figueroa has a lot of space and time out to Provenzano. Provenzano cutting Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Pierre-Jean-Philippe lets that bounce, tries to get around Phoenix Green, but Green, did not get gathered by the newly subbed in Xavier Mendoza. He's a freshman from Greensboro, another hometown boy for the Greensboro College Pride. David Issa all the way over to Dallas Albert. Provenzano took his time getting to that. And that one's going to be called. So far, most of the calls that the ref actually blows his whistle for are advantage calls. But there really is no play-on motion from the ref's hands. Usually when it's advantage, ref puts both hands in the air, allows it to go forward. But he hasn't done that. So I'm not really entirely sure what's going on. Bruins get a free kick, though. Reed Bergen taking this one. And the Bruins send up Matthias Ballady and Dallas Albert. Bergen into the box. Figueroa to Ballady. Back to Figueroa. Great give and go in the box. Figueroa can't get past that last defender. Issa's going to go gather this one. Finds Hotchkin, and instead of turning for another offensive chance, drops it back to Broswell. Bruins being patient. Down in their defensive third, trying to set up something else. I mean, until they show pressure, the Bruins can really do this all day. There's pressure by Medina Beltran. And now they move up the field. Figueroa out to Provenzano to Eli Solomon. Hotchkin, Figueroa, Bergen. Poor pass by Figueroa, but Bergen comes up with it anyway. Tries to find a cutting Provenzano. Figueroa. Hotchkin. Goes a little farther up, and that's pass off target. Intended for Eli Solomon. Now the Pride is on the run. That's up to Brady Mowers from Phoenix Green. And again, one thing the Bruins are good at, drawing people off sides. And the flag goes up against Mowers. Good tip on to Figueroa by Monapale. But Figueroa had to end up trying to get past three defenders. Had a chance to get through the middle and thread them. Just one little poke. Doesn't let that happen. Albert. Big switch up to Pierre-Jean-Philippe. Can he keep that in? He has some speed. He does for now. That's going to be out for a goal kick. A little pinball action between Jean-Philippe and Braden Walker. Looks to be Rye Solomon coming in for the Bruins. And he's going to come in for Mario Figueroa. Braden Walker coming out for the Pride. Looks to be replaced by he's wearing number 4, but there is not a number 4 on their roster. So, he shall be nameless. Not entirely sure who this is. It was a last-minute jersey change. Not entirely sure. That ball is taken away. Rice Solomon out the ball at his feet right away. Rice Solomon! Ooh. Winnipolly almost got to that one on the rebound. Throw in for the Bruins. Easy to Eli Solomon. Provenzano all the way back to Dallas Albert. Issa with his hands in the air says, come over here. I got some space. Matthias Bowdy takes that space himself. Tries to find a cutting Pierre Jean-Philippe. Goes out for a goal kick. And now Yacone will take this one. Craig Thomas takes the space he's allowed. And number 4 now has it. Was looking for Phoenix Green to start moving forward. But I think Green ended up getting drawn offside. So that one's just right to the hands of Broswell. Rolled out to Ballady. Up to Rice Solomon. Rice to his brother Eli. Bergen to Ballady. Issa. Dropped all the way back to Broswell. I had a chance to tell the viewers of the women's game yesterday about the visit from Micah and Elle Potter. So I guess I'll tell you now. Micah Potter, I'll stop that for a moment. While the Bruins are on the run, and that's going to be a foul for sure. There's no not calling that. It was a slide from behind. Doesn't seem to have a card coming out. Foul is against number 34, Justin Murillo Escoto. This is right outside the box. So I'll pause the story for now. Micah Hennigan is waiting to come in for the Bruins. Eli Solomon and Will Hotchkin are going to stand over this. Winnipolly, Ballady, Albert, Jean-Philippe in the box. Solomon might try to put this far post. Or a quick one from Hotchkin. Solomon is going to take this. Puts it on net, but gathered by Yacone. As I was saying on Monday, we had a special visit from Micah and Elle Potter. Micah Potter is a forward for the Utah Jazz in the NBA. His wife, Elle, played D1 volleyball at Loyola Chicago. It was really cool. They have a very outspoken Christian testimony, and they were able to talk to the Bruins about how they show their faith in athletics. Very encouraging. I was able to interview them, and the full 8-minute interview is on YouTube and Facebook at BJU Bruins. But if you want to watch the shortened 4.5-minute version of it, it's on our Instagram, again, at BJU Bruins. Very great advice. I think advice that a lot of these Bruins teams are going to carry throughout their seasons here in the 2024-2025 school year. Mecca and Elle are very genuine and kind people. I was able to host them for most of the day, and I came away very encouraged. Bruins now, 14 minutes to go in this game. Solomon turns, Solomon shoots. That is deflected. Solomon put all his power into that. Chopped back to Connor Spesic. Rice Solomon gets in the way of that. Finds Jean-Philippe. Come on, Jean-Philippe, use your speed. He's going to use his speed to his left. Use his speed again. Gets around, and that one's going to go out for a corner kick. When the Bruins had a scrimmage against Mars Hill, that was the first time I saw Pierre Jean-Philippe play, and he is fast. Very, very fast. Sub on for the Bruins. Micah Hennigan coming in for Will Hotchkin. Hotchkin's played a great game tonight. I think he deserves a little bit of recognition. Has definitely helped control the possession and pace of the play for the Bruins. He's going to get a well-deserved rest here. Micah Hennigan on. Issa into the box. Headed out. Not controlled by Solomon. Solomon's fast, but Brady Mowers is fast too. It's a foot race. Mowers is by himself though, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Pride. Mowers is down. Clock will stop. Mowers is in some pain. That was one that I think was a foul, but not called because they ended up calling a throw-in. Oh, Mowers is grabbing his ankle. He needs a sub right now. The assistant coach will come out for now to check on him. He is writhing down there. The ref is trying to explain some things, but he's going to have a lot of explaining to do to both teams, I think, after this game. Been a lot of no calls that I've been very surprised at. Pride are going to take this opportunity to go to their bench to hear a little something from their coach. Probably get a little water and refreshment because Mowers is in pain. Brady Mowers, a junior from Randleman, North Carolina, has played an impressive game tonight, and he's going to limp off with the help of their assistant coach, Rye Solomon. Great show of sportsmanship, making sure he's okay. It is definitely that ankle. He was grabbing it as soon as he hit the ground. We hope it's nothing serious. As again, Brady Mowers, very quick up there for the Pride. Scored their goal, but also had a lot of pressure, which I think helped cause some of the defensive mistakes by the Bruins. Unfortunate events. Number 4 is going to take this throw in for the Pride. 12.5 minutes to go. Bruins still lead 3-1. Dropped all the way back to Yacone. Pinball goes out for a throw-in for the Pride. There's a sub lined up to go on, so he's going to go on now. Number 29, Isaac Nagash coming off. And number 18, I practiced this at halftime, Jean-Luc Ndano Gallo coming on. Solomon trying to look for Jean-Philippe, but not the feet. And that goes out for a Bruins throw. Albert taking his space. Finds Solomon in the middle. Oh, Issa totally missed that touch. That ball bounced. I did see that. Issa wasn't expecting that ball to bounce, and it goes over his foot. Out for a Pride throw. I'm not sure if it was because of that mistake that Bryce Ramler is now lined up to go in or not. He might end up not even going in for Issa. But it was right after that where Ramler got off the bench. It's going to be a free kick for the Bruins. Bergen to Albert. It's making his run forward. Looks at a diagonal pass. Eli Solomon on his right tries to find Winapale, and not enough juice. Touch around Provenzano. That was by Macchiara. Macchiara continues his run. Tries to flick on to Mendoza. Back to number 4, back to Thomas. That's Micah Hennigan. Up to Eli Solomon. Solomon onto his left foot. Don't let him get on his left foot. That's going to be a foul. This one's in range for a shot. Curious to see who's going to take this. I would expect Eli Solomon to try to shoot this on goal, because it's in his range for sure. Greensboro is going to make a decently sized wall. Currently, Monopale, Solomon, and Hennigan are all around this ball. They only have Bowdy, Albert, and Jean-Philippe going in for a rebound. Solomon definitely wants to shoot this. Monopale is also there. Eli Solomon. Ooh. That was caught like behind the head of Yacon. He almost let that thing go through his hands, but it's saved. Score remains 3-1. Good shot on net by Eli Solomon. One back by Victor Monopale. Monopale finds Jean-Philippe. Jean-Philippe back out to Eli Solomon. Solomon on his left again. Goes back to his right. Solomon into the middle. Jean-Philippe is there. Solomon again. And that's going to go out tipped for a corner kick. Subs will come on for both teams. Looks to be Anthony Ruiz, Mario Figueroa, and Bryce Ramler for the Bruins. Hennigan, Eli Solomon, Victor Monopale off. And then Xavier Mendoza, number 17, and number 22, Phoenix Green off for the Pride. With number 28. Another name I need to work on. Nze. And number 12, Jalen King back on. High one into the box. Ramblers is there. And that one is out for another corner kick. That's what I thought. Just under 8 minutes to go. Figueroa is going to take this one again. I think Figueroa needs to put a little bit more pace on this one. The Bruins want another goal. Figueroa, back post. Bellady misses the touch. Was all over it. Oh, that was Dallas Albert. They in a crowded box like that, they look the exact same from a distance. That is my fault. Jean-Philippe. Bryce Solomon. Solomon trying to get away from everyone and somehow wins that ball away. And that one's going to be called against Ryan Solomon for getting the ball away from Gita Macaria. It's a ticky-tack foul for the rest of the game that he's called. Craig Thomas trying to tell his team to get up. They're trying to get a goal to make this a 1-goal deficit. They're running out of time. Just over 6.5 to go here in the game. Thomas. High one into the net. Broswell is back on that. He wanted to get it, and that was going to be cleared away by Reed Bergen. At first, Broswell was trying to find that one to just catch. Anthony Ruiz now. The slip to Jean-Philippe was too soft. I am confused at the ref's whistle tonight. for the first, like, 65 minutes or so, it wasn't blown. And now in the last 20 minutes, feels like it's been blown like every other play on, like, ticky-tack stuff. Figueroa to Rice Solomon. Solomon can't get a touch. And the whistle is blown again. I feel like he's just making up for it at this point. Bruins have another free kick. Just about 30 yards out. Figueroa is going to take this one. And he's probably going to just send it into the box. Ballady, Albert, Ramler, Jean-Philippe, Ruiz. All there. Figueroa. Far post to Ballady. Ballady can't get a touch on it before it goes out of bounds. Almost there in time. Would have been a great play for the Bruins. Yacone. Albert comes up to get that one. To Ballady. Ruiz. Back to Jake Provenzano. Looking forward in the schedule for the Bruins. They play next Tuesday away at Southern Wesleyan, so that's not that far of a trip, just about 45 minutes away. On Tuesday, September 24th. And that's going to be all before the big game of the season, the one everyone looks forward to next Saturday here at Alumni Stadium, September 28th. Our friends from Pensacola Christian College are coming up to face off against this Bruins team. And the Bruins team is going to take nothing but a win. They did not beat them last year. Regular season match was a 0-0 draw at PCC. And then the Bruins ended up losing the regional title match to PCC 2-0. And so the Bruins are going to have nothing short than a win on their mind. That one's up to Ramler. Ramler against Thomas. That one's tipped out. And Thomas gathers it. A few people want to foul on that. I think that was clean. Thomas all the way up. Albert gathers, chops it back to Broswell. That boom ball has not worked all day. Broswell, though, heavy touch. And Issa can't keep it in bounds. Encourage everyone, if they can, to come out next Saturday night to watch the game against PCC. This place is going to be packed. It's going to be loud, because it always is in our rivalry game. Big implications, too. A lot has to do with seeding in the regional tournament coming up at the end of the season before nationals. Flicked on. And Macchiera cannot get a good touch on it. So Roswell's going to gather and throw across the field to Figueroa. Figueroa finds Rice Solomon all by himself. Rice Solomon with an overlapping Ruiz. Ruiz on. And that's flicked out by Yacone. Good save. Another corner kick for the Bruins. They've had a lot of them tonight. Figueroa's going to take this one again. And they continue to bring everyone up. I think they won a fourth goal really bad. 2 minutes left here in this game. 3-1. Figueroa stands over it. Into the box. Again, that's far post. Looking for a kickback. Headed back into the middle. Who's there? And that's cleared out. Next Tuesday, while the Bruins men's are away at Southern Wesleyan, the Bruins women's team is back here at Alumni Stadium at 4 p.m. facing off against Everett University. Bruins men's golf team also has their regional tournament next Monday and Tuesday. So a lot of Bruins action coming your way. Provenzano with space.
1 minute remaining.
Out to Ruiz. 1 minute to go. Anthony Ruiz with the footwork to his left. Out to Provenzano. Provenzano with the shot. And that one sneaks in. Jake Provenzano. And that's his first goal of the night. Or of the season, excuse me. First goal of the night and of the season. Now the Bruins have 3 first-time scorers in this game. Dallas Albert, Jake Provenzano, and Bryce Ramler. And the Bruins lead 4-1 with less than a minute to go.
Bruins goal scored by number 4, Jake Provenzano.
You could tell just by the way they were playing still that they really wanted that 4th goal, and Provenzano was able to put it away. Interesting to note, 2 of the goals are by 2 defenders for the Bruins tonight. They've been solid in transitioning up to the offensive side, but now they've also been solid in that box score, scoring 2 of the goals. And obviously the 3rd goal of the game was an own goal. Now it's desperation time. Craig Thomas, the captain for this team, really wants his team to have a better result. So he's running up all the way back from his right back spot, trying to get something. That's going to be called a foul with Jean-Philippe with an open field in front. They're going to milk this one for all it's worth to waste some time. 20 seconds left. Figueroa, big kick to the corner to Anthony Ruiz. Ruiz plays with it. 10 seconds left in this game. Clipped out and cleared out. And that's the night. What a day for Bruin Nation. 4 wins all together. The Bruins come away with this one 4-1. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Trent Goldsmith signing off. I'm going to go rest my voice for now. Have a great weekend, Bruin Nation. Good night.
Final score of tonight's game, Bruins 4, Pride 1. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight's game. As you leave, make sure to properly dispose of any trash you may have or take it with you as you exit the Alumni Stadium. The men's soccer team goes on the road at Southern Wesleyan this Tuesday, but we do hope to see you at Alumni Stadium in 7 days' time when the Bruins take on the team from down south, the Pensacola Christian Eagles. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock p.m. You can follow the men's soccer team as well as all the other Bruins teams all season long at bjubruins.com. Have a great night, everyone. got any shooting drills for us? We can't seem to kick
Yeah,
it in.
I do actually. I'll be in your office this week.
Oh, that's crazy. We made the keeper look like
He was a hero.
yeah.
But yeah, hey, he can catch when you kick it right there.